In this self-publishing tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use one document to create both your paperback version and your ebook version layouts. Now, I have already formatted my document for paperback because that is the most extensive formatting that you will need is for your print version. And now I'm going to scale it down so that you can use that same book for your ebook. It's currently saved for paperback, and when I scale it down, I'm going to save it for ebook. Now, so that I don't lose my paperback formatting, I've actually already saved a copy of this so that I can use it in paperback form. Okay. I want to make sure I'm sharing the screen now. Okay, so now I am sharing the ebook format, as you can see up here. Now, this is a redo. I published this book initially in 2016, and I've done some updating and I've added a little bit of information at the end. So I've updated this book for 2022. And so now I am going to be putting it back on to Amazon, and you'll get to see this process. But the first thing you have to do is have something to put on online. So that's why we're doing this training on getting that paperback and ebook version ready. Now, just so you can get a sense of what this document looks like, I have done no changes. This is the paperback version. And you can see, actually, I'm going to scroll to the end. So at the end, you see I've got blank pages. This is essentially for the paperback version. Now, for this version, I don't need those because you're going to be on an e-reader of some sort or on your phone, and you're not going to be jotting your own prayers and things down on your phone or on your e-reader. So one of the things I will be doing is removing all of those things and removing blank pages. So when you're formatting your paperback book, you've got pages, so you have the front and the back, and there's a way to format so that you don't have your title pages, one on the front side and one on the back side. There's a space. But for this purpose, I don't need that. So I'm going to get rid of the space here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you what I've done. This little reveal codes lets you know all the formatting I've done here. So I'm going to get rid of that page break because I don't need these extra page breaks in an ebook version. There's a lot of things you don't need. You don't need headers, you don't need footers because they're not going to show up. I am going to keep this in here. It's going to be different once I finish because on your ebook version, you're not going to have page numbers because it's flowable. And so someone may decide to read it 5 times bigger than you've initially designed it. And so those pages aren't going to make a difference. So see, I'm just removing those extra spaces. I'm going to just go down. And here, it's really a matter of me getting rid of these. So I'm going to go through. I'm just going to pause to share for a moment. I'm going to go. You want to make sure that if you're starting a new section, that it's where you want it to be. If you're starting a new chapter, that it's where you want it to be, and that it's not jumping up to a prior page if it's not supposed to. And because I've got a lot of different sections as far as prayers and affirmations go, and I'm trying to make sure that they're laid out so someone can pull up a prayer on, say, protecting their children, and that's what they find. There's not like 3 other prayers on that same page. So it is broken down in that way. So I want to make sure that that maintains its integrity. So I have page breaks built in. You'll want to, depending on your book, you'll want to be able to incorporate page breaks or section breaks. I've got a lot of page breaks so that I don't have sections bleeding into each other that aren't supposed to. And so right now I am still removing all of those areas where I have lines for people to add their own customized wording and really make this their own book. So what you see is we have a table of contents and it has page numbers, but we don't care about page numbers when we're making the ebook because we just don't. It's flowable content. Readers aren't using page numbers. They're using hyperlinks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a new table of contents. And notice here, you've got web preview or your print preview. Now we're working on a document that's going to be viewable on an electronic device, and it uses hyperlinks instead of page numbers. I don't really care about that. I still want my 2 levels. So I'm going to say, yeah, let's replace this baby. See how pretty that is? Not. We're going to fix that up. Now, I'm only fixing it because I care. It's like, it's ugly. And I don't want it ugly. I'm going to do a 10-point font, Times New Roman. And I don't like to have contents in there when I've got contents above, right? So I think it's just repetitive. Don't need that. Okay, so we now have a table of contents that serves our purposes for creating an ebook. We have everything we need in here. I saw something back here earlier. Yes. See, this is what happens sometimes. Notice how far this comes to the bottom. And so it dropped that line, that page break, which I don't need. I don't want that. So it's gone. It's gone. And we have a book. We have a book. All right. That's all you need to do. See how easy that is. You can turn one document into your paperback and your ebook so that you can upload them into whatever you're going to use. I personally have always used KDP, which is Amazon's publishing tool. I also use Draft to Digital. Draft to Digital you can use, especially if you want to go wide, which is having your book on multiple channels. You can publish to iTunes, Kobo, Nook, several others. There's dozens of them. And it'll just do it for you. It's like magic. You upload it, you put the content and information in, you have your metadata, and voila, they do it for you. I love it. So that's how you get your book ready for the electronic version without having to create it from scratch. You just take your paperback version, your print version. Hope that helps. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to know how I did the actual formatting of the paperback book, make sure you get my tips for formatting. And this is what it looks like without all of the things in there, right? All right. Thanks a lot.